Hey everybody, today what we're going to be doing is looking at standard form. So as a quick reminder, we already learned about slope-intercept form. What we are going to look at today is standard form. Standard form is another way to describe a linear line, but standard form looks like this. It's ax plus by equals c. So there's a few rules that we need to look at this in standard form. The rules are the a value, which is the coefficient of x, it must be positive. There can never be any decimals or any fractions. A and b cannot be 0. And the x and the y must be on the left side of the equal sign. So an example like that would be 2x plus 3y equals 12. Something like that would be a good example. So let's go ahead and jump right in. It says directions. Write the following equation in standard form. Show all of your work. So when I have this equation, 3 over 4x minus 2y is equal to negative 7, it looks pretty close to my form of ax plus by equals c. Remember, even though it's minus 2y, the only thing that really matters is that my coefficient of x, my a value, needs to be positive. So when I look at this, what I can do is I can do a fraction buster by clearing the fraction by multiplying each and every term by 4. So if I multiply each and every term by 4, these are going to cancel, and I'm going to be left with 3x minus 8y is equal to negative 28. I now look at it. My coefficient of x is 3. It's a positive 3. My x and my y are on the left side of the equal sign, and there are no decimals and no fractions. So I'm good to go. All right, now the next one, it looks nothing like standard form, so I got to do a lot of work with this one. I can either distribute the 4 and distribute the 2, or I could divide both sides by 2. The quicker way would be just divide both sides by 2, but students tend to distribute first, so I'll go ahead and do that with you guys. So this is going to be 4x minus 4y is equal to 6 minus 2x. Now remember, I needed the form of ax plus by equals c. So my first thing I'm going to do to correct that is get the x's on the left side by adding 2x on both sides. This will give me 6x minus 4y is equal to 6. It looks pretty good, but what I want you to do is look at each and every term and think, can I simplify this? Can I divide each and every term by the same number? And in this instance, you can. You can divide each and every term by 2 to get a little bit more simplified version, which would be 3x minus 2y is equal to 3. This would be your final answer to have an answer written in standard form. So let's go ahead and look at this one. This one has nothing but decimals, so we need to be able to get rid of that. What I do is I look at each and every term and I say, what do I need to multiply it by to get rid of my decimals? That could either be 10, 100, 1,000, so on and so forth, depending on how many decimals it is. On this instance, I can get rid of all my decimals by multiplying each and every term by 10. This would give me 2x is equal to 16 minus 5y. Now remember, the end goal is to get it to look like ax plus by is equal to c. So what I would do to fix this problem is I would add 5y on both sides. Once I add 5y on both sides, I will have 2x plus 5y is equal to 16. And that is my final answer, because I cannot simplify 2 and 16 by the same number. So what we're going to do now is look at a word problem and put it into standard form. So it says Jamesville High School has money to spend for the freshman school trip. The sponsors of the trip can use $450 to purchase t-shirts and baseball caps to the given freshman class. So the t-shirts cost $5 and the baseball hats cost $9. If X represents the number of shirts and Y represents the number of baseball caps, write an equation in standard form that shows the total amount of money that will be spent. So currently what it says is you have $5 per t-shirt and you have $9 per baseball cap, and that'll equal the total amount of money you're going to spend. Now in this total amount of money. Now in this instance, it says we have a total of $450 to spend. So if I spend $5 on t-shirts, $9 per baseball cap. I'll have a total of $450 to spend. So it says if they buy 30 baseball caps, how many t-shirts will they be able to buy? So on all these, we're going to look at our equations of 5x plus 9y is equal to 450. And it's saying we're going to buy 30 baseball caps. And remember, the variable that represents baseball caps is going to be y. So this equation looks like 5x plus 9 times 30 is equal to 450. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to have 5x plus 270 is equal to 450. I'm then going to minus 270 on both sides. This will give me 5x is equal to, and if I subtract these, this will be 0. 15 minus 7 is 8. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 5x equals 180. So what this is saying now is I have $180 left to spend, and I have $5 per shirt. So to find out how many shirts I can buy, I divide both sides by 5. And 180 divided by 5, it's 3. 3 times 5 is 15. 3, bring down the 0, is 6. So that means I can buy 36 shirts. So you're buying for like a class set. If you buy 30 baseball caps, that means you could buy 36 shirts. So if I relook at my equation now on letter C, it says, what if I buy 27 shirts? So 5 times x plus 9y is equal to 450. And what it's telling me is that the amount of shirts I can buy is 27. Now, as a reminder, the shirts represents x. So I'm going to plug that in right here. So it's going to be 5 times 27 plus 9y is equal to 450. So now what we're going to do is just multiply these. 5 times 27 is equal to 135 plus 9y equals 450. So then I'm going to minus 135 from both sides. So if I minus 135 from the left and the right side, I will be left with 9y is equal to 315. Now all I need to do is divide both sides by 9. And that will give me y is equal to 35, which means if I buy 27 shirts, I can buy 35 hats. All right, guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or your teacher.